We have these meetings every day, and we go back and forth. What should we lead with tonight? LeBron, Kobe, Dwayne Wade. LeBron, Kobe, Dwayne Wade.
And so we're going to go with Jodie Meeks.
You just never know. That's the fun of coming every day. Somebody goes out and does something remarkable. Kentucky and Jodie Meeks trying to snap Tennessee's 16-game SEC home winning streak. Gonzaga got him there last week. Kentucky would in this game because Meeks went berserk, averaging better than 24 a game already. So it's not like this guy can't play. One of the more underrated guards in the country, one of the better guards in the country, and Meeks out of his mind. Here's Patrick Patterson, ball fake. It's those two, Meeks and Patterson. As well as they'll play will be the story for Kentucky for the season. That's Meeks in transition, bucket, and 1, 2, 3 the hard way. 26 in the first half, but the Cats were still in a ball game. Second half, they blow it open thanks in part to who? Meeks. Someone guard him. All three of these, it's a 7-point lead. Now it's a 9-point game. Meeks again. How much fun must it be to have a night like this where the bucket looks like the Atlantic Ocean, his 7th triple of the game. Shot clock winding down. It was Meeks, and then here we alley-oop it up. Here we're shot clock winding down. It's Meeks again. And now 5 minutes left. Meeks. You just can't let him find that rhythm with a dribble and then bucket. It's 49. Wayne Chisholm can't believe what he's seeing, and a subtle little smile on his face. Dan Issel's record is 53. He's now 3 away. And then this free throw here. He looks calm. No one's guarding him. Didn't matter if anybody was. 54 points for Jodie Meeks. That sets the school record for points in a single game. Kentucky's 13-4. They've got a couple of conference wins already. But when you're talking about the storied programs in the history of college basketball, you have to throw out a Kansas, a UCLA, a North Carolina, a Duke, and Indiana, and certainly Kentucky. And now Jodie Meeks' name sits atop them all. 54 points, the most ever. And as I say, the storied history of Kentucky. Well, they were saying the SEC was down. Brad Nessel and Jimmy Dykes, this is why you come to the arena. You never know what you'll see. Gentlemen.
What we saw tonight was nothing short of amazing. You go back to 1970, Dan Issel against Ole Miss hit 23 field goals. Of course, the three-point line was not in there. Not that Dan couldn't shoot from the outside, but I can guarantee you he couldn't shoot like Jodie Meeks did tonight, Jimmy Dykes.
I mean, this is a guy, again, the storied history of Kentucky basketball, and now he sits on top. And what I loved about his game tonight, he didn't take bad shots.
Right.
He played to the speed that he wanted to play. And Tennessee, they tried to double him a little bit. They tried to get the ball out of his hands some. They tried to switch out. Nothing worked against Jodie Meeks. He got a lot of good looks, but he played with a terrific rhythm. And then think about it, Brad. Defensively, he was a lockdown defender. He had 7 rebounds. He was perfect from the free throw stripe. A beautiful evening of basketball from Jodie Meeks.
Well, not only the school record, but the school single-game record for three-pointers. He had held that with Tony Delk. He broke it tonight as he went 10 out of 15 from three-point land. Just sensational. 15 out of 22 overall, as the guys in the studio showed you. Jimmy mentioned 14 for 14 from the free throw line. Officially 8 rebounds, 4 assists. So he hits 15 field goals. The rest of the Kentucky team hit the other 15. He was just absolutely sensational. And 54 points. I don't know that we're going to see another performance like this. It's the most points by an SEC player since Chris Jackson put 55 up for LSU. That was back in 1989. So school record night for Jodie Meeks. Now I think you got to look at Kentucky with the way they played, especially on the road against the Tennessee team that was favored to win the SEC. Hey, they're 13-4. They're atop the SEC East at 2-0. You can't put a licking on Tennessee like this and not expect to be ranked next week.
Well, they should be ranked. Tennessee, I think, should be ranked. Arkansas should be ranked out of this league. But the big story tonight with Jodie Meeks, I mean, this is a guy that I think tonight launched himself into the conversation for National Player of the Year.
Yep.
He came in the 5th leading scorer of the nation. He hung over 50 tonight against Tennessee. He has to be grouped in there with Herringody and Hansbrough and Curry and James Harden and Blake Griffin. He's got to be in the conversation.
A record-setting night for Jodie Meeks. Jodie, why were you able to read this Tennessee defense so well? What were you seeing out there?
I just give credit to my teammates for finding me on the wing wide open, and coach staff did a great job getting us prepared, and it's just great. I'm speechless right now.
You have to be speechless. I mean, you were just in a zone about halfway through the game. What were you thinking? What was going through your mind? You had 30-something points at that point.
I was just thinking, no matter what, I wanted to win this game, and My first 2 years I never won here, and I wanted to get the win tonight, and I'm all about winning.
You're in the company of Dan Issel, one of the all-time greats. How does that make you feel?
It's great. It's kind of mind-boggling to me to be in the same sins as those kind of Kentucky legends, but I'm just happy to be in the same sins as them.
Congratulations on a record-setting performance.